friend, welcome. We are talking about week 1 to 4 of my third 12-week year. I have been doing 2 12-week years already. If you want to watch them, I will put them in the description box. I have a full playlist so far, and yeah, I really enjoy doing 12-week years. I definitely see that they work tremendously well for me. I've started with goal setting and getting a healthier lifestyle for many years, and this is the first time I really feel like something clicked, something's working, so we're just gonna keep going on doing that. And which also means like I am back in my goals planner from Erin Condren. For this 12-week year, I've talked you through my goals and the habits I'm working on in my previous video. I can also put it in the cards and in the description box, but just like shortly, my goals are to complete the course in balance365. I would like to lose around 2 to 3 kilograms or 2 to 3% body fat. I want to work out with Tone It Up 15 times in that period. And because I'm working on yearly goals with this 12-week year, I probably want to achieve like 4 yearly goals for 2024. And I think I'm in a really good way for that. So let's talk about the first week. I reached 69% in my habit tracker, and I have to say it's interesting how things have changed, because if I had done that on my first 12-week year week, I would have freaked out. I think I had a higher percentage than that because I felt like, oh my goodness, this is not working and I'm afraid of failing and all the feelings I'm coming up with that. And now it has changed. I'm like, okay, it's like that. We're just gonna try to improve it over the next weeks or so. The week has been really fun. I've started my Italian language course, and so I'm also trying to study a bit Italian every day. Either I do homework, studying some of the vocabulary. Also started at Bubble, so I'm doing an Italian course there. Sometimes I do a lesson, or if I just don't have any time that day, I might just listen to like 2 minutes of a podcast called Coffee Break Italian, and then with that I can kind of check it off that I have studied a bit Italian. And that's what I really love with mini goals. They are so small. Like my goal is like 1 minute per day. It's so easy to reach it when you don't have time or when you feel not well or something like that, and you still can make progress on your goals, and that's really cool. I also tried a new recipe, and it was a chickpea soup, because I'm trying to have like a bit more like fall inspired meals. I actually created a whole Trello board with just fall inspired meals ideas, like for dinner, vegetarian with meat, dessert, breakfast, all of that. And I try to pick one every week if I have time for it. It really depends if I'm able to do that. But let's hope that I will have like maybe 5 to 10 new recipes at the end of this 12-week year. In balance365, I had my first coaching call about body image, which I think was really useful. I'm still kind of like trying to navigate what works for me, but yeah, I really like the accountability that you get in the group, very positive atmosphere, and really enjoy it. I will end therapy very soon, and when I'm finished with that, I probably will do a bit more coaching calls. Maybe I'm trying to have like either attending or even doing a coaching call once a week. That would be really helpful. In the end, it was a very busy week because I had Italian, and then I went to the theater, then I had acro aerobics, then I had therapy, then I met a friend for dinner. So it was like every day something was happening. I also went on a hike, and it was just so much. It was nice, but it was a lot, and I had to take it a bit more slow on Sunday, and that was an interesting day because I definitely overate on that. I was tired because I went to bed too late, and then I woke up and was actually still tired, and then I was just kind of like eating, watching Taskmaster, my favorite show, and I would say at 4 p.m. I was still in my pajamas, and that was when I said, okay, my therapist called it a choice point, and that was the moment where I said, you know what, you can't just keep doing that. It's no problem to have like a very lazy day, but it's just not, I don't feel well with that. I really would like to go to bed feeling like I have accomplished something. And so I got a lot of done. Like I added a video, I went for a walk, I tidied up the kitchen, I planned my week, I tracked all my expenses for the week. So a lot of things got done at the end of the last hours of Sunday, and that was nice to go to bed and feeling like I kind of turned around this day. And I also didn't dwell on having overeaten or anything. I mean, yeah, as soon as Monday rolled around, it was just like, that's it, and we just keep going and we don't even think much about it. So I think for next week I will focus on doing more tone it up workouts. And at meals I light a candle, and sometimes I forget that, so I want to kind of be a bit more mindful, remembering. It really helps me to kind of like pause and really enjoying the meal. And yeah, I just want to keep doing that and focusing a little bit more on that next week. Let's talk about week 2, which was much better, I have to say. I think, yeah, I improved by 6%. I reached 75% on my habit tracker in week 2, and I definitely see it was a bit easier this time. I think it was mostly because I managed to move my body more. Like last time I had a bit troubles with that, and it's probably mostly because I'm doing tone it up videos, and at the moment I still do like very short ones. And I remember when I did them like in 2013, they always said that you should do it 3 times, one video. And I really realized I hate that. I hate doing the same thing several times when I'm doing workouts. And then kind of like think about that, it reminded me that I love to kind of create a playlist. At that time I also loved the Blogilates, so I usually would do that and tone it up. And I thought, you know what, you're just gonna look through workout videos and you just make a playlist for different body parts, and then we'll see. And now I really see that this week worked so much better, because I said, okay, I'm gonna do one tone it up video, which is usually like around 10 minutes. And then if I feel like it, I can do more, but I don't have to. I can just stop here if I want to. And that worked so much better. I did 3 workouts. I mean, one was just stretching, but I showed up on the mat, and that's what it's all about. So yeah, very happy with that. I also realized every time I crave either chocolate or pizza, I'm usually not so well and actually need kind of like comfort, or a bit like reassurance maybe, just a bit like pick me up sometimes. And I do see more and more that the chocolate doesn't give me that, or the pizza won't give me that. So I try to give it myself in different ways. And we were in the museum on Friday, and I really craved like a cake, and it was in the evening. And while I was standing there in cafe, and they had they had a big selection of cakes, and I was still like, I want cake, but I don't want any of that. And that really made me realize what you actually need is a break. So I decided to go home. So I did that. I also tried 2 new recipes. I made a chickpea chicken stew, which was really good, and also made apple crumble. So yeah, happy with that. Probably in the upcoming week I don't have so much time to make some recipes because I'm getting visitors, but yeah, it was a lovely week. I'm really happy with it, and I guess I see you for next week. Let's talk about week 3. I actually got the same percentage, 75%, on my habit tracker like the week before. Although it was quite a busy week. I had family in town, so we went on eating out together, going to the museum, seeing a light show, going hiking. So it was quite a lot happening. So it was a bit more tricky to actually do all my habits. So I had to skip a few, like reading after work, because I often were not home at work, but I managed to complete 2 workouts and also went to aqua aerobics, so that was really nice. I also accomplished a new goal. I finished my therapy, which I'm really proud of. Feels kind of like really good to have achieved that. At the same time, it feels a bit, oh my goodness, now I'm all by myself. I have to solve all life problems without the help of my therapist. Yeah, so it's a bit bittersweet, but I'm really proud of having finished this goal for 2024. In Balance 365, I had a coaching call with a dietitian this time, which I think was super interesting to talk a bit about my way further down the road when I would like to become a flexitarian. So how I'm kind of like start doing that, how I can get there. I definitely see I have to have more vegetarian recipes in my repertoire before I can actually take the step and continue on that way. I definitely do that for the next year, but currently I try to get a bit more new vegetarian recipes so that at one day I can have like starting with like maybe having one complete vegetarian day per week and then increasing it over time. And then I think my goal would be like having meat like twice a week and the rest of the week mostly vegetarian and maybe fish. But we have a long way to go, so we're just gonna do baby steps as always. I forgot to track my expenses. I definitely see that that has not become a habit yet, so we have to work on that a little bit more next week. We'll focus on that and definitely also a bit more sleep. That would be nice. Week 4 was on my habit tracker the best week so far with 80%. Ta-da! Well, you can't see anything, but yeah, I just want to show it. But it definitely wasn't my best week at all. I mean, I went to bed too late on the weekend, and then when I wanted to go bed early, I wasn't tired, and then I was tired in the morning. I didn't eat my breakfast at home, and then I had to buy something, and it was just like kind of like a domino effect through the whole week. I ate out a lot. It was just not such a good week. I also could see that I fell back into old habits, like eating on the sofa while watching Taskmaster, eating pizza, like frozen pizza that I haven't eaten like in quite a while. All of these kind of like small things that I've really worked hard on in the past months are kind of like resurfacing. I do feel more hopeful about it than last time, because I definitely see, okay, yeah, bad habits resurfacing, but I know what to do, and yeah, I know it will be okay. I just have to work on them a bit more again, and I'm not failing just because that happens, and I know what to do, and I feel like I have a good strategy to kind of get back on track. So I feel very hopeful about week 5, getting back on track into good healthy habits that I've been working on for such a long time. I also had a coaching call that I found was really helpful. We kind of like set a plan for going to bed earlier in the next days, and I think with that, week 5 will be better than this one. But with that said, my first 4 weeks on my third 12-week year are done. I'm very proud of myself. I mean, if I think about the first 12-week year where I struggled so hard just to keep going, and now that's usually just not the case. I just keep going. I have really good scores in my habit tracker. I know I'm doing something, even if it's small things. Yeah, I do see so much progress, and it has gotten easier. And that's something, if you do your 12-week year for the first time, it will be really hard, but I can say that it gets so much easier. And especially if you're a person like me who wanted to give up all the time, it changes, and that's so positive to see, and really feeling like you have found the right formula for yourself feels amazing. So thank you so much for watching. I will keep you updated for the next weeks, and I hope you have a wonderful Sunday. Keep going on what you're doing, and I see you very soon. Bye bye.